Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of our area stat leaders, the top 10 passers, rushers, receivers for week number 12 of the postseason, brought to you by Pinnacle Building Services. If your business needs a cleaning, they will do the job for you. So like last week, it's just what the players did last week alone. So last Friday night, our top 10 passers from Friday, our top 10 receivers, our top 10 rushers, and we welcome some new teams in from week number 11 to week number 12 as we welcome the teams from the bye, from Lexington, from Shelby, from Gallion, from Hillsdale, from Centerburg, from Mount Gilead, from Monroeville as they come in for their first chance. So we may see some new names out there on our stat leaders. But let's get right to things and take a look at our passing leaders through week number 10 of the football regular season, of the week number 10, week number 12 of the playoffs, the regional quarterfinal round. And we start off at the bottom. Let's take a look at Cole Fricky. 6 completions, 84 yards, and this touchdown right here against Colonel Crawford. Too little, too late, but hey, what a heck of a season for Fricky and company. They did mostly their damage on the ground, but it's cool to see him make it into the top 10 one final time as Mount Gilead bows out of the postseason. However, a great season for Mike Reed's squad. 9 victories, a home playoff game, a lot of recognition, state rankings as well for the first time in a long time. So congratulations to Mr. Fricky and company as they made it into the postseason. Our number 9 passer, Mr. Blaine Ball of the Centerburg Trojans, who will be taking on Colonel Crawford here on tomorrow night. He had 10 completions, 134 yards, no touchdowns, because his running back that's in the top 10, there's a little tease for you, did all the scoring for Centerburg as they knocked off a very good Ridgewood squad that was underseeded just because of the points they were unable to get in their schedule for the playoffs. They had a couple tough losses to some really good teams, and Centerburg got all they could handle against the team that made a regional semifinal last year and almost knocked off Northmore before they could get the regional championship. So congrats to Centerburg as they move on to this Friday and a game against Colonel Crawford and Mr. Braden Holt, who is our number 8 passer. 5 completions, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns to that guy you're seeing here, and he will be in the receiving leaders. Where? Well, we'll find out here momentarily, but Mr. Braden Holt, 31 yards per completion in their runaway victory over the Mount Gilead Indians. Got to shout out the OCC champs and Joe Caudill. 14 completions, 168 yards and a touchdown against Division I pretty much football squad in Toledo Central Catholic. Just a tough draw. Even though they got the bye, they had to face TCC there. So Joe Caudill putting up a great effort nonetheless, as now he will be off to Michigan State. Best of luck to you, Mr. Caudill. Our number 6 passer, he is going on to next week, and it is Cale Lewis. 10 completions, 199 yards, and 4 scores as the Falcons roll 63-6 over Conotton Valley and on to a regional semifinal. I will be on the call on the NFHS Network live with Ken Parrott tomorrow night from Hillsdale, and then we'll have a restream live, well, not a live restream, but we will have a free restream for you after the game on the OH Report. We can't wait to see what the Falcons have in store. Our number 9 passer, who did break 200 yards, Andon Klaus, 13 completions, 207. His Mohawk came up short in their game, but hey, congratulations to the season that they had in the passing that Andon Klaus did this year. Number 4 is not a mistake. That is actually our number 4 passer, Mr. Parker Proper of the Danville Blue Devils. Yes, you saw it right. The Danville Blue Devils, as he just threw up for over 200 yards. Danville puts up over 50 points for the second consecutive week. I mean, it's just crazy what they were able to do in that game. But Parker Proper, 218 yards, 10 completions, and 2 passing touchdowns for him. Our number 3 passer is Mr. Nicholas Parks of the Seneca East Falcons. They pulled off a big win at home in the first week of the postseason, but just were unable to get it done in the second weekend but still a great job by them to get into the postseason and knock off Mohawk in week number 10 to get that home game. And then Parks was our rushing leader last week, one of the top rushers. This week is passing, 278 yards on 19 completions and a touchdown. Now to our number 2 passer, it is Mr. Braden DeVito as Shelby rolls Orville after a slow first quarter. They got it going in quarters 2, 3, and 4 as he threw for 283 yards in 15 completions, 4 touchdowns. They'll take on Lima Bath tomorrow night from Shelby. You'll hear the WMAN crew live and free on the OH Report. And for one final time, we get to see Nathan Bernhard nearly pulled off the big victory down at DeSales, but left about 10 seconds too much on the clock left as he threw for 365 on 17 completions and 3 touchdowns as he heads on now to Appalachian State for him. So congratulations to Nathan Bernhard in that senior class of Ashland, one of the most successful senior classes in the history of the school. Just came up about 11 seconds too short from RJ Day and company. But now, the sales, guess what? You get Massillon, Washington. So we'll see if Day can replicate that because he's going to need to against a very, very strong Massillon, Washington team. So there's the passers. Let's see who received the balls from these passers to help them get into the top 10 and the top 10 here for our receiving leaders through week number 12. And at number 10, Carter Kessler, the West Virginia University commit. 1 catch. All he needed was 1 catch to get 64 yards and break into the top 10. So Carter Kessler in there as one of the many big play options for Mr. DeVito. Number 9, Seven Allen, 4 catches, 87 yards, almost 22 yards per completion as he finishes off his career. Congratulations, Seven Allen, breaking into the top 10 once again. Talked about passing a Blaine ball. Well, he threw 5 of those passes to Hayden Love. Hayden Love just under 100 yards receiving, 5 catches for 91 yards and no scores. But Centerburg, they got a big test. He's going to have to come up big again when they take on Colonel Crawford at home tomorrow night. Our number 7 receiver, big play man, Hayden McFadden. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, totaling 95 yards. Hayden McFadden, 31.66 yards per catch. That is just crazy for him. And what Hillsdale has, like I said, we'll have the game tomorrow against Sims Valley on the OH Report and the NFHS Network. Our number 6 receiver, Mr. Levi Teal, finishing off the season with another strong mark. 114 yards on 6 catches. That's 19 yards per reception. Number 5 and 4, they both come from the Ashland Arrows as Killian O'Brien. 3 catches, 119 yards, almost the same as McFadden, only 2 touchdowns on the catches, but made the most of those catches as O'Brien, another strong showing. Him as well as Gabe Baith, our number 4 receiver, over 100 yards. Gabe Baith, 10 catches for 137 yards. Now to our number 3 receiver and our other Shelby regular season champion, and that is Brady Bowman. 8 catches, 149, 3 touchdowns, as he just keeps getting past the secondary and making these great catches. He'll have another chance to do so this weekend. Our number 2 receiver, that is right, the freshman from Danville, Briggs Wallace. 5 catches, 155 yards, 1 touchdown, 31 yards per catch. Briggs Wallace showing out for the Danville Blue Devils as they get the passing game going at the right time. They'll look to make their 3rd road upset to get to the regional championship. If they get numbers like that from Wallace, they will be in great shape. But our receiving champion for week number 12 is Parker Weithman. He made the most as well of his catches. Watch this. Whoop! 4 catches, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns for the Eagle, 48 yards per catch. Centerburg secondary, got to keep your eye on this guy. Maybe double team him, see what he can do, because he has just been going off so far in the postseason. So there are your passing and your receiving leaders here so far through week number 12, week number 12, I should say, passing and receiving leaders. We'll get to the rushing leaders after this word from Pinnacle Building Services.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Thank you once again to Pinnacle Building Services for sponsoring our stat leaders through the regular season and then our individual stat leaders for the playoffs as well. So 2 stats down. Now to our final set of statistics. It is the rushing leaders through week number 12. And we'll start at the bottom. And another Colonel Crawford Eagle, Connor McMichael, 10 carries, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. As Crawford again showing all that balance as they move on to the regional semifinal in a big matchup against the Centerburg Trojans. Our number 9 rusher is our rushing champion. That is Carson Barnum, 82 yards on 22 carries, 3.73 yards per carry. Crawford just able to stack the box though against him. We did see a number 10 passing effort from Cole Fricky, but they needed to really open it up a little bit more through the air to open up the running game for Barnum against that strong front from Colonel Crawford. Nonetheless, though, number 9 on the week. Joe Caudill, one of 2 quarterbacks that were able to be in the passing and rushing leaders. He had 21 carries for 82 yards as well as Carson Barnum, but had the average yards per carry of 3.9 because he had 1 less carry, but still able to be a number 8 rushing leader. Our number 7 rusher, Peyton Baker, the dual threat quarterback that gets in there every once in a while. He had 89 yards on only 3 carries. A lot of big plays for Colonel Crawford in week number 12. Our number 6 rusher is another quarterback, and it is Aiden Schmidt of the Galleon Tigers. 5 carries, 105 yards, and a score as they were able to blow out Clover Leaf at home, but they're going to get a big test in the Division IV runners-up from a year ago in Perkins. That game, well, Spectrum stole that game from us pretty much, but you'll be able to see a replay free for you folks tomorrow night, but 21 yards per carry for him. Our number 5 rusher, he did it once again. His name being Cy Wallace. 8 carries, 115 yards, and 3 scores. Again, didn't need many carries to get over the century mark. And that balance with the passing game for once for Danville really working out as they rolled once again. Another team that's pulling off upsets, that is Mace Puckett and the Cary Blue Devils knocking off Margaretta, the 1 seed. Cary now into a regional semifinal, and because of that win, they're favored right now. Got to take care of business though, and if Mace Puckett can do so, they will be looking good trying to get back to a regional championship. 21 carries, 119 yards, and 1 touchdown. Our second multi-statistical leader here tonight is one Nathan Bernhard. Yes, Bernie, 17 carries, 120 yards, and 1 touchdown. This gave them the lead late, but now that you think of it, maybe if he would have been tackled at the 1, that could have helped them out even more because it would have run a little bit more time off and less time for RJ Day to do what he was able to do. But still, Nathan Bernhard, phenomenal season for him once again. Our number 2 rusher, he's going to have to do, well, what he's done all season long. That is Miles Marshall of the Centerburg Trojans. 26 carries, 193 yards, and 4 scores as the Trojans get another big matchup in Week 13. Crawford versus Centerburg. I really think the winner of this matchup will be a strong favorite to win the region and get to a Final Four. But Marshall, 193 yards against Ridgewood, 26 carries, and the 4 scores. He outscored them by himself, 28-14. But our number 1 rusher just went ham against Malvern, and that is Monroeville's Cooper Cleary. 18 carries, 248 yards, and 3 scores. Almost 14 yards per carry. They picked it up in the second half, and it was because of him, as Monroeville now moving on to a semifinal to take on top seed at McDonald. Cleary got to do it again if they want to knock off McDonald. I want to see the Hillsdale/Danville versus Monroeville Final Four matchup. Cooper Cleary, can get the job done, though, and get them to that. So we're just maybe a couple wins away from seeing area teams in a Final Four matchup like we did with Danville and Hillsdale 1 year ago. But there you have it. Our week number 12 leaders for passing, rushing, and receiving through the regional quarters final round of the playoffs. I want to thank Pinnacle Building Services, as always, for sponsoring this, and I want to thank all the coaches and stat people throughout the season as well for allowing me to break down the numbers easily, find the numbers, and give you a comprehensive look at the stat leaders for our football players this year. Thank you, Pinnacle Building Services, and thank you, folks, for watching tonight. Remember, tomorrow, another packed night of football on the OH Report. We'll have 2 games we'll have on delay because of Spectrum. We'll have 2 games on NFHS first, Hillsdale and Danville, so that Region 27 semifinal. Those semifinals will be on the NFHS Network Live. But then we'll be able to show you as well the replay for free. But we will have the call ourselves on the NFHS network. So I promise you, we'll get you a game out nonetheless. And then the rest of our games you'll see on our Facebook timeline right now are live and free. And then the final episode of Friday Night Pigskin will come your way tomorrow night around 11:30, 11:45 to break them all down for you. But that'll do it. I am Travis Berardi, once again here with the area stat leaders, and I'll see you tomorrow night at a football field near you.